Salute and thank you, NERDSoul. Oh yeah, lay ill kid at OneYoungsta. Hold it down, bring that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go. Look, it's Alien. It's the finale. This is it. We are done. You know what I'm saying? The real monsters. We are finished, and we're not by ourselves. I have Jay Shear. What's up?
It's good to be here, and I just need to start this conversation out, and this will carry through the rest of our conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Disney, Hulu, you have to greenlight a season 2. You have to. You have to greenlight a season 2. Please greenlight a season 2.
Yes, you've got something good here. I'll look and see if they've already greenlit it, but
I looked yesterday and they hadn't greenlit it yesterday. There was no news as of yesterday.
Wow. So, if they don't greenlight a season 2 for this, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Like I can't, but this has been solid. So this episode is called The Real Monsters. I'll throw it to you at the very last shot when you when is it? Well, no, not Wendy anymore. She doesn't know what she is, but whatever she's going to be at that point, when she says, "We rule."
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Oh, dude, I felt great. So I think that there's plenty of things to say. Like you could say, oh, that's like a little bit on the cheesy side. You could say all that kind of stuff. But for me personally, I was hyped because it was finally the Lost Boys kind of standing up for themselves and being like, we're not going to be your pawns anymore, and we're not owned by you anymore. And that was just a cool arc for all of the characters involved in that. And the fact that they all banded together at the end and weren't being used by anybody, I liked that a lot too. And the whole reversal of now the people who used to have power are now all the ones in the cage, I thought was actually awesome too. So just as a overarching end of season 1, I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, I'll have to agree. I enjoyed seeing the role reversals. We got Solar coming in real quick, so we'll get his take next. But I love seeing the relationships changing, evolving. I love seeing people that you didn't expect to end up in trouble.
Yeah.
And just the way the situation on the island is going to be very intense, at least at what seems to be at the start of next season, if there's a green light for next season.
Right.
Because we have a very good way to end off season 1, like a very, very good way to end off season 1. And I'm astounded we didn't get any news of them renewing for season 2 yet. But hopefully we'll get it soon. They probably, maybe they're waiting for Monday. Maybe that's it. Yeah. Maybe they're waiting for Monday. But I'll throw it to Solar. Solar, first introduce yourself and then let us know how you felt after you heard the words, "Now we rule."
Hey everybody, I am Solar Grey, the Cinematic Sorcerer, and I am finally coming at you from the Wizard's Tower. And you want to know how I felt when I heard those last 2 words? I only had 3 words to follow. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. That was my whole thought process. Like, watching this episode, I was like, beat for beat. How can I put it? There's a joke from the TV show Archer about ants.
Oh, really?
And it's like, oh yeah, it's like, they'll leave some food out and one of the people will be like, "Do you want ants? Because this is how you get ants." And I'm like, yeah, I think I said it when we did like episode 2. Do you want a bad situation? You're putting a bunch of children in a robot. Do you want a bad situation? Because this is how you get bad situations. Yeah, I was last week. I thought it was amazing. Week before that, I was like, LFG, look it up. This week, my only thought is, why is this a finale? Why?
Yeah, why can't we just have like a break, like a couple months of break, and then get right back to it?
You know, the Netflix split. You know, let's say this season was 23 episodes. This would be a good network split right here. You know, give us a couple of months to marinate on that, and then hit us hard right after Thanksgiving. You know,
because I remember I know NBC used to do that. CW used to do that a lot. CW used to take pretty much like the college break. Like they would break almost like when college broke and come back in January. But like, you know, it's man, the way this show ended, but the way this show ended makes me further believe this is probably the end of Prodigy. Like, because this is probably why we don't. Even his right hand man, computer guy, was like, "Look, we've got like multiple things loose, and like, you know, there's people dropping like flies. Like, we have to get you to a safe location. Like this." So,
you mean British Daddy? Yeah,
British Daddy. So, but yeah, I guess we're going to get into it. I'll throw it over to Solar first. What do you want to talk about in this episode first? Where do you want to start off at? Because we've got some juicy material.
The story structure of this episode merits that we talk about this episode in order. I mean, Jay, you're a better writer than me, so am I seeing this correctly?
Oh yeah, I think so. I mean, it'd be hard to. You can do it what Michael did and start with the end and say how do you all feel about the end and where you like left off. But then from there, it's you kind of got to start from the beginning and go all the way through. Yeah. I like that.
Because I'm not gonna lie, in the first 5 seconds, I was confused. Because where we left off last week, you know, I'm like, okay, where we left off last week, the boat was there. She's screaming at her brother, what did you do? And now, wait, they're in cages? Why are we following these guys? Oh, flash cut. Yeah. Okay, flash cut. Oh, another flash cut. So, this episode has a different format where it's like, okay, while you, it looked like it said to the audience, while you guys were gone, let's just get you caught up. The kids are in cages right now. And
don't ask how they got in cages.
Yeah, don't ask how we got
them. They probably got electrocuted.
And yeah, you saw what happened to the redheaded girl. Yeah, sorry, Charlie Brown. And yeah, so let's follow some security people. Okay, we're even gonna let you know their names. Don't get attached.
I don't know why. Yeah, the opening up. I will give a shout out to the lone crab out there on the beach that straight squared up against the alien. He was like, I don't care. It seems like the alien was like, you know what? Respect.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Most alien designs since the 1970s, not just specifically the alien from the Alien franchise, but most extraterrestrial designs, from a production point of view, have always been, from the 70s to now, either based on fish or crustaceans. You know, or should I say fish or insects, not just crustaceans.
And this we have some crazy part of me that's afraid of the ocean that's planet already.
Oh yeah, they're monsters in the ocean. That's why I don't surf anymore. In fact, that was my pitch for Aquaman. There were monsters down there. I want to see a kaiju, because that's where they live. And so yeah, the little crab going, no, this one's mine, bro. This one's mine. Of course, we didn't see Mr. Krabs at the end of the episode, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
And so yeah, sitting up, when we cut to the kids or to the synths in the cage, I'm like, y'all know you're only here because you're letting them do this to you, right?
Yeah, it's almost like Wendy, and I'll ask Jay, did it seem like Wendy was like, I'm here just to pass the time?
Well, yeah,
it didn't seem, because she was like controlling the security feed and everything. It didn't seem like she was really pressed at all.
I think it did two things to have her be able to have that power and to be able to do that in that moment. One, it gave us a lay of the land to where everyone was and how they were going to need to spread out and go after them all, right? Because they can't just go after one person. They have to go out, because they already tried last week to try and escape on their own. They needed to say, okay, I need to cut off. Again, we're playing, to Solar's point from last week, we're playing 3D Go here, right? Like, so if they're playing 3D Go, I better be playing 3D Go. And one of the best ways to play is if you know where all the other movements are that are happening and what I can do with them. And that just so happens to give us, as the audience, a really good view of like, where is everybody and how would we need to plot this out to overcome all of these different issues. So I thought that was really well done, to be honest. Like, I think that they did a really good job with that.
And I particularly like the last conversation of conflict between the kids. Where you had the little redheaded girl just kind of being there going, I'm going to kill somebody or I'm going to kill somebody. I am so done. Yeah. I'm done with all of you. I'm done. Okay. It was like that scene in Half Baked, the quitting scene in Half Baked. Y'all know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
YouTube it.
You're cool.
I'm trying to be a little, exactly. Yeah. And the poor little curly girl going, well, I'm his favorite, so I should. And I'm like, wait, they're kids. They're kids.
Yeah.
That is exactly how kids act. Especially where you got Smee.
You're in trouble, not me.
Yeah. And it's like, you're in trouble. I'm his favorite. I shouldn't be here. Y'all got me in trouble.
She's like, do you know that Wendy's Peter's favorite?
Exactly. When she's like, in the book, Wendy was his favorite, and then she grew up. And I'm like, oh my God, the supervillain has been born. This is literally the I just want my phone call moment from The Dark Knight.
Yeah, that Wendy. Let me ask this: Wendy has a sort of a debate to a certain degree with her brother about the actions that he made, because when they're looking through the feeds, she looks at her brother along with Morrow, and I think Smee is the one that comes up to her, is like, it's your brother, like, yeah, like, it's your brother, what are we doing here? Like, all of us lost our family, your brother's actually in the other room, like, stop tripping. Like,
yeah, he's one of us, man.
Yeah, and honestly, he did help them. So he's like, yo, he's one of us. And she gets into this discussion with him. And I know they're children, but you saw her rip a man's jaw off. Like, did you think nobody was going to do anything? Or maybe it was just that it was her brother that did it.
Yes,
maybe that's
kind of where I was at when she had the flashback of the letter that she wrote while he was deployed.
Gotcha.
And she was like, keep in mind, she's a kid, but she's not like 5.
Yeah, she is a
preteen.
12-ish?
Yeah, she's like a preteen. Mm-hmm. So she's like one of the kids from South Park, but she's talking to her young adult brother.
Right.
Okay, so she hasn't gone through puberty yet. And he's got PTA and he's got PT. Well, she never will physically.
Right.
True, but her pubescence will be experiential, much like Claudia's in Interview with a Vampire.
Okay.
So when she's thinking back to why she just wanted him to come home, like, why can't you just come home, was specifically asked in the letter. And as I was listening to that, I'm like, for the same reason that you you can't just leave the hospital, or you can't just go see your dad. You know, it doesn't go like that. Again,
especially in this world where companies own everything, and companies own us essentially.
And she doesn't understand the full implications of that because this is her first time around that block, you know. And so I didn't see that conversation as much as a reprimand, as much as it was, what's right is right, period. Why aren't you doing what's right? And it's what's right is right, but it comes with consequences that I have to worry about, and you've never had to. It was very reminiscent, spoilers, of the interview between Lois and Superman in the most recent Superman movie. You know, he's going out there saving lives like the firefighter that Superman is, and she's like, so you crossed international borders, you tortured a world leader, you did all this, and he's like, no, it's not like that. No, that's exactly what you did, and that has consequences. Like, there's consequences for everything that you do, good or bad, regardless of what you intend. And she doesn't have enough life experience to have learned that yet.
Yeah. And I would also add on to that by saying that the only examples that she has seen are from Boy and from, you could argue, from Arthur and from Dame. And all of them are very goal oriented, not how do people feel about what we're doing. So when he comes to her and he says, we need to get off this island, she's like, yeah, we do. Let's go get off the island. And then when he goes and shoots Nibs, she's like, I thought we were going to get off the island. What are you doing? This is,
and he's like, we're still going to get off the island.
yeah. So I think it's one of those things where it's like, I think that he could, because he literally, in her mind, she was like, I can have the Xenomorph take out at least half these guys. I can take out at least half these guys, and Nibs will take out at least one or two more. So we're good. And he's sitting there being like, we're not superhumans.
Yeah. Also, I want to do this with at least murdering as little people as possible.
Yes. He's a medic. He saves people for his living.
I save people. Yeah, I just saw your attack dog, for lack of a better term, slaughter a little. Not that wouldn't be called probably like a squad. It's probably still smaller than a squad. That was only like
let's
5
call
guys.
It a unit.
A small unit. A small unit, because it definitely isn't a battalion. But you know, like a small unit. But I mean, slaughtered them and still going at the beginning of this episode, still just rolling around free, just eating up people. Even like, because British dad is like, we're losing people fast. We gotta go.
Yeah. And by the way, this is why it was 3D Go, because Kirsh knew that the medic who was saving his teammates wasn't going to be like, yeah, just kill all my teammates. Who cares? Like, the literal goal that he has had at the beginning of episode 1, protect my teammates at all costs, is still in his head. So it was like perfectly layered that way.
And another thing I want to bring up from Wendy's point of view is that she sees Nibs and the rest of the synths as people. And his actions could easily be interpreted by her as he does not. And it's like, if you don't see my friends as people, do you see me as a person? Yeah. Like, I know you see me as your sister, but if I wasn't your sister, would you still see me as a person, or would you take me out? See, if I was your girlfriend, would you run to me if somebody hurt you, even if that somebody was me?
Oh boy. You know, but I mean, that's the good thing and the bad thing about watching this show, because you see an adult body, but it's a child. Because one could say, okay, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't say that, like, okay, you want all of the emotional and physical supportive resource you get from me believing you're my sister and believing whatever is in this robotic body is my sister, but then say you're not my sister. You can't have both. Either you want to say you are, or at least are in part, my sister, and then accept my help and all that stuff, i.e. getting your trackers turned off, or say I'm not your sister, and then don't accept any help, any assistance, looking out in the hallway and stuff. But once again, she's a kid, so it's hard because you're looking at an adult face. I mean, shoot, this is in real life too. I mean, you're whoever's watching this or listening to this right now, you're going to go to work tomorrow with someone who is in a 35-year-old body, but they're 13, and you know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. Mm-hmm.
Look, my great grandmother.
He ate Tammy's potato salad yesterday and pretended he didn't do it. Put the empty container back in the fridge. I know he did. I know it. Just go and tell
Before we keep talking about Kyle, I'm gonna be. Sorry to out you, man, but you know what you did. My great grandmother used to tell me all the time: one, don't be in such a hurry to grow up, because you're gonna be grown longer than you're gonna be a kid. So be a kid right now. And second, don't worry about it, because you ain't gonna have no sense until you're 40, and that's only if you're trying. And most people in the 21st century aren't trying.
Oh, dude,
and I can say that as close to 50 as I am. So, So again, we're looking at a 20-something talking to his 13-year-old sister, and his 13-year-old sister is trying to look out. Let's be real, for the 9-year-olds that are around. But
right, I forgot they're all younger than her.
Yeah,
so she's sort of like their de facto.
She's Wendy,
de facto mom to a certain degree.
Yeah, and let's not forget, not only was she older when she was turned into a synth, but she was a synth longer than they were.
Because she was transferred first.
Yeah, so by a couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she had that time to adjust and to go through the existential crisis. She had a little bit of time to be a kid, and then a little more time to be a preteen. Where everybody else, again, I'm his favorite. I shouldn't be in here with you. You know? But can we talk about story time? Because I need to talk about how well that sequence was filmed.
Okay.
You know, they're just sitting around in that cage, and first she has the Aragorn outside of Gondor speech to those guys before she takes over everything. But then our little crazy bad kid comes in. You know, I mean, she practically called him Captain Hook, but that's a different, that's later in the episode. Where he was like, how about a story? And when she snapped her fingers and the door opened up after he said, I'm not letting you out, I'm like, I really wish the performance hadn't made it such a cliche. Not what was on camera, but what I'm about to say. Mm-hmm. But that was the moment of, oh, we're not stuck on this island with you. You know, you're stuck on here with the, oh, hang on. Cuckoo. So like I was saying, tell us your little story. You know?
The more we talk about it, and Jay, give me your thoughts on this one.
Yeah.
It seems like Wendy used this time just to make sure that everybody was on the same page, because she could have got out of that cage at any time. It was more like we're all down, right? Everybody
I'm
in
gonna
here.
Get whiplash if I nod any harder or faster.
Yeah, they're all on the same page, but I think it was also she needed for the chess places to be in the chess pieces to be in the right places on the board. So so for example, it adds a lot more complexity if she has to take out Morrow and Kirsh. But if they take out each other, the complexity goes down. It's easier for me if they do that. So I think that there was a component of it where it was like, okay, I'm going to set this up so that these pieces will take each other out. So then all I have to do is worry about this. Because I mean, they were playing with Boy Cavalier the whole time. Like the whole scene where he runs up to him, he's trying to put on the bulletproof vest. Like, oh, that's not going to help.
Yeah, I'd also like to add she had to give a little time for her minion to take out most of security.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
That's right.
And she was in her minions now. Yeah. Like, it has a little brother to a certain degree. The way this is.
So. Am I alone in seeing that Tom and Jerry cartoon when that shot came up and hearing a little one go, hey, Spike, what are we going to do today? Spike, hey, Spike. Hey, Spike, we're going to take down the cyborg? Is that what we're going to do, Spike? You know?
Man, that the trouble in that scene alone. And I'll just say when she's like, the now we rule, it almost takes me back to, okay, now you have a whole bunch of rowdy knucklehead preteens with essentially super strength. This is your fault.
And endurance
and all this stuff.
And intelligence, although they don't have the information.
Like, okay, have we all in here seen the movie Kids?
Yeah,
I haven't seen Kids.
Okay, Kids is a rough movie, but a pretty honest movie about kids in the 90s in New York.
Yep.
And the only reason I knew is because I had a lot of family in New York at the time, and just groups of kids in New York, similar to with like when it got wild in Baltimore. Like The Wire is kind of real. Like you see like a group of kids.
I'm in snowfall territory, and it's about the same.
You see a group of kids, and they don't really look like they got somewhere to go. It could be because they're just looking to get into stuff. So now imagine those kids with superhuman strength, speed, agility, and stuff. It could also talk to alien attack dogs and stuff. Like,
that's the reason that team sports were introduced in schools, right? For that reason, yes, because teenagers with nothing to do will find trouble, so put them in a uniform and let them run it out. Hey, young boys, you're all hormoned up with puberty and you want to hit something? Let me show you a game. You take this ball and you just take it over there.
But you have to work together. You have to figure out the hierarchy amongst yourselves. We'll have a coach above you.
Oh, that eventually came. It's more like, now you guys over there, they're going to try and take that ball over there, and you have to tackle them to the ground to stop them, And they're like, yeah, I get to hit something. Yeah, coach, yeah, And you, runner people, take this ball and put it in this peach basket. But it's 10 feet in the air. Then you're going to have to jump, ain't you?
I had to learn how to jump or how to throw very well. Yeah, see, because
the rest of y'all run around this circle, and that's really why it was there.
So it's just a bad idea. But even outside of that, boy has a whole.
I was hoping they would give him a violin at that point, because
like he needs a better handler or something, because this whole situation went down fast all because of him.
Yeah,
like he had to have whatever cargo Yutani got. Cool, he got it. He could have got it and just put the project on ice until he finished the rollout of the synths, but he didn't. He had to play with stuff. He had don't fiddle with it. He was fiddling with stuff. If it ain't doggone broke, don't fiddle with it.
But Mike, there would be no story if characters practiced common sense all the time.
Well, no, you can have smart people still encounter problems in a very interesting way. See, don't breathe, and see, lights out.
Yeah,
those two movies, people weren't stupid in those movies, but people still got killed in those movies.
But see, this is Alien. The whole franchise is based on corporations doing stupid stuff and the people that get caught up in the aftermath.
Get you.
So I have a real life story for how I think this plays out. Michael, and it just happened. So this is going to rile some people up. But when you watch, I was talking to my friends about this. Shout out to the Orange Grove 55 crew because they're always talking about Disney stuff, right? And we had this whole situation where Jimmy Kimmel says some things. Jimmy Kimmel gets suspended. Yeah, he says a few things. Jimmy Kimmel gets suspended. Then all of a sudden he's reinstated. And I was talking to my friends about this, and I go, the problem, because they were all frustrated, and the reason they're frustrated is not because of any of the Jimmy Kimmel stuff, not because of any of the Nexstar stuff or any of the network stuff that's going on, but they're frustrated with it because Disney stays the butt of the joke because they look stupid. Now, why does Disney stay the butt of the joke? Disney has a lot of control in this situation, right? So why would they be the butt of the joke? They end up being the butt of the joke. Jimmy Kimmel's joke, Trump's joke, Michael Eisner commented on it. It's all this big. Well, why? Because
Michael Eisner no longer. Hey, no more. It's not his circus, so it's not his monkey. He can say whatever he wants,
and he never says anything about Disney. That's what's crazy. So for him to say something, it's wild, right? So, but here's why this happens: because the guy who's still the CEO is a lame duck CEO. He's out. We know he's gone at the end of 2026. He's done. There's going to be somebody new coming in. So the guy who's making the decisions, can we trust him anymore? I'm not saying he's not one of the best CEOs of all time. He's one of the best CEOs of all time.
He's brokered probably two of the biggest deals 100%. In like media franchise history.
He's great at making it rain, but he's terrible at consumer relations.
Yeah,
you're right.
This is a consumer relation.
I will give you that. He is horrible at that.
Yeah, and this is a consumer relations nightmare.
And he also, what does he personally need to do? He personally needs to save face with everybody in Hollywood. He can't make Jimmy Kimmel mad. He might do more things in Hollywood after he's done with Disney. He's got other things he's going to do after Disney. So Disney ends up looking stupid. People will probably forget that it was him that was involved in all this stuff, and he'll go on and do something else. My point is this, though. Robert Iger is one of the best CEOs probably in history from a numbers perspective.
Yeah.
He's also...
From a clear numbers perspective.
Yeah, phenomenal.
He's done better than Jobs, and that says a lot, pound for pound.
100%. He also is great when things are running where they're supposed to run and everything's on the right track, right?
He is good at not sinking the ship.
Yeah, and I'm not comparing him to Boy Cavalier because they have
because we have so many people that come in and ruin stuff. Yeah, like Bob Iger knows how to not ruin a gravy train.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly it.
But you are right, Jay. He does not know how to handle like public, like whenever he was talking about, like when he was talking about the Black Widow stuff, when he was talking about the series, I was like, man, you blowing it.
Exactly. Not good. Yeah. And so here's my point. Bringing it back to Alien Earth. Boy Cavalier is awesome when everybody else is running stuff so that he can be kind of a genius and do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But when that stuff gets out of control, what is he trying to do? He's trying to save face. No, I'm still in control. I'm still a genius. I don't have to worry about this stuff as things keep crumbling all around him. He literally lives into the persona that he has built for himself in the most negative way possible. So what I liked about that was that it showcased that his fatal flaw is also part of his skill. And we see that happening in real life right before our eyes. So I like that. Obviously, different fatal flaws because Robert Iger is not as I don't know him personally, but he doesn't seem to come off as arrogant as Boy does, right? But still, what's driving
he comes
them
off
to
a
do
little
what they
more
do, different,
shrewd, maybe. Maybe that's the term.
Yeah, he's a number CEO.
Yeah.
So putting a mic in front of his face, never a good idea for the company. Give him some spreadsheets and a cell phone, and we're talking billions and billions and billions. And we definitely see that with Prodigy, because man, that kid. I'm not gonna lie, I laughed out loud when we saw the Children's Crusade start.
No.
When Wendy looked at him and said, "No, run." Like, this is your cue. You should go now. You know, I laughed out loud, and I'm happy I live alone. Because I'm like, yeah. If I had been live streaming the watching, I would have literally looked to the camera and says, "This is what an Uno reverse card looks like in real time." You know, because you're our property. You're this. You're the floor model. You're in a cage. You, by the way, you should go now.
Yeah, like when he turned around and the alien was right in front of him, the look on his face was like, "Oh, oh, this is what Kirsh and like British Dad were telling me about." Oh,
I should have listened to Uncle Kirsh, man. This
is when he said, "I'm trying to stop an alien invasion." This is what he was talking about. Yeah. But I was in my ivory tower with bare feet, you know, eating grapes or something, you know, not connected to the real world. Mm-hmm. And when he met the real world, the look on his face, he even said he pooped himself. So it's like, you know,
that's right.
It's like
kind of like when the homeschool kid goes to college after their like first week, you know, like, they're
like, "Why are you guys acting like this?"
Huh? Yeah, exactly.
What's wrong with you? Who raised you? Public school. No, I'm just like, but
I didn't say the homeschool kid goes to their first community college.
But yeah, so all right, I'll get away from Boy and Wendy for a second. Kirsh and Morrow did not expect that. Did not expect a little showdown, and didn't expect it to be as
visceral.
Yeah. I thought we were going to have more talking, but I guess they were like, we already said everything we need to say. and Kirsh playing possum. Good on you. Good on you. He's like,
I saw a little Hitman come out in there, you know. Little bit of Hitman, a little bit of Deadwood, you know. kind of.
I'm just looking at things at my desk. I don't know anything else.
The main thing I'm looking at is this giant gun, you know.
But that was an interesting fight. It was a very brutal fight. But they also during the fight, they let the plant out? Was it the plant that got out?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was the plant that got out, which ended up eating somebody later. But like,
it also moves. We did not know that it moves, but it moves.
Yeah.
Boy, and you know, it was funny because when I saw the horror movie scene, and there were a lot of these shots in this episode, so shout outs to the director. Yeah. When I saw that thing move in the back, I had to go through the file real quick because it didn't look like any of the other aliens that we saw on the episode. I'm like, what's that bat shroud creature looking? Oh,
they're like, hey, remember when you forgot about the plant?
Yeah, well, I never forgot about the plant. I just thought it was more like a sloth. You know, I didn't think that it would move like that, you know.
Gotcha.
It was like, it looked like a plant. It was just hanging. I didn't realize that its body motions were closer to, say, a rattlesnake. You know, because you see a rattlesnake, it's coiled up. Cool. That's it in its natural state. And then you see it travel like toward the rock that's generating heat at sunset. And you're like, wait, those things can move.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, just because you ain't seen me move doesn't mean I can't.
Yeah.
You know?
They can move for real. And then you seeing that get loose and them fighting pretty much to the death while the kids just watch it like it's like they're
it's
watching
TV.
The commercials.
Yeah.
And that let me know, okay, so they don't care about Kirsh. And they essentially, these kids are like, screw all y'all.
Yeah, they're done. There, I think it was Nibs.
We
getting
don't need
shot.
no education,
dude. Great. Now I have to cut a video. Thanks.
Oh man, you know what? Having them walk slow mo with that, oh boy. But anyway, the way that they are the Lost Boys, and the way that they're sitting in the cell, just watching the carnage happen, and then just get out whenever they feel like it. Boys running wild. Then we get the setup for the brother. I was wondering if it was going to be the brother, but it was sort of the brother, but it ended up being Arthur as far as T.O. Sellis. Like, man, wow. Okay, that small thing can take some pain. Because Wendy kicked it as hard as she could, I assume. And that thing slammed up against the wall.
I'm so glad we're talking about my favorite piece of merchandising from this show. Because if there is a plushie or an action figure, I'm getting it.
They should make some little
getting
plushies.
Like 10 of them.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And yeah. Honestly, I hate to say this, and I'm admitting it publicly, but y'all know I keep it 100 whenever I'm on screen. The scene with good old Oculus is the only scene in an Alien anything that has freaked me out in 20-something years.
Oh. It was because when it was crawling around and he was inside the thing, like, hold up, where is it at? Like you said, it's so small. It's like, hold on.
Yeah, I had to give the slow clap when, as soon as he saw that thing crawling around, he went right into the cage. Yeah. Like, nope. I'm good.
Yeah. Did you guys yell at the screen like I did? Get in the cage, dude. Get in the cage.
I didn't have time. I was just so enraptured. I'm like, okay, let's see where this goes. And it's trying to jump on him, and he's blocking it with his arms. And I'm like, okay, this is good. But when that thing saw he went into the cage, jumped up on that cage, climbed around it, and came in the feed drawer. I'm like, what
scared me even before that moment, when he jumped in the cage and T.O. Sellis was able to pull it, like,
when he was trying to open
against a full-grown man.
Yeah.
Able to he had to pull back. I was like,
yeah. I was fine with that because
I was like, oh my god.
Now,
could you forget how strong he is because he's maybe
Jurassic Park kind of ruined me for it can turn knobs, it's got the strength to do that, cool, but
not the turning, just that he was able to kind of like pull back, like, he was trying to hold it closed and he was like, no, open this door.
I guess my brain kind of registered him as a weakling because you can almost like play a drinking game with as often as he gets knocked out and overpowered in this show.
Okay, true. He's not the strongest guy. He's not the strongest.
But when it rolled its way in through the feed gate, I'm like, oh yeah. It's like, I used to live here, right? I know where the back door is.
Move. Just move, go. But you know what? Respect to him for the hustle that he had and thinking on his feet. He did the best you could locked in a room with that thing. Like, especially with no real knowledge of how it moves and stuff, except that it's coming at you now. Mm-hmm. So he saw it crawl out of the eyeball and out of the eye socket of the goat. That's all he knew.
Yeah.
But when British Dad said, "Oh, your sister's in here," I was like, I don't trust you. But Jay, when it came to that scene, what scared you most? Was it like the sound of like the crawling on top of the cage, or the fact that after Wendy kicked it, it still got up? Because I was thinking like, oh, he's kind of done, or he's smushed or something. He was just like, ugh, okay, that was stronger than I expected.
No, I was glad he was not done.
Okay, cool.
That part, him getting injured I didn't find that scary, but I did find it scary that we didn't know where he went when he was on top of the cage and we didn't know where he went. You were like, they gave it just enough time for you to be like, oh, this is making me real uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was perfect, just like Solar said.
Also, another thing, T.O. Sellers always makes me talk to the screen. This show makes me talk to the screen in a good way. When he was like, okay, you know what? Lost this bout. Let me bounce. And he went down that hole. I was like, whoa. You can't just let him leave out.
Yeah.
Now he's loose. Kind of like I was talking about David. I was like, after I watched Alien Covenant, I was like, hold up. So David's just out there? Just loose?
Yeah.
No. We've got to go get him and like we've got to dismantle
and
he's out there.
That honestly is what was so masterful about that scene. Because after I saw him crawl down that little hole, when they started talking about what was next, I'm like, why are y'all not so nonchalant?
Yeah.
Why y'all still in this room? Dude, take a page out of Aaron Sorkin's book. This is a walk and talk. This is not a stay in that.
Just like he's gone, but we also don't know where he is.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Let's get out of here. Also, I forgot. Let's get off this island before this plant actually gets out into the jungle somewhere. Who knows how it can propagate itself? Like this island is just we gotta nuke it from orbit.
You know, am I alone in having a lot of flashbacks to Jurassic Park in the first 10 seconds of this?
Oh, yeah.
When they were showing the lush jungle and the xenomorph running through, and I'm like, oh, it's a raptor, you know?
Yeah. It's more than a raptor.
Okay, it's a sapient raptor with acid blood.
Because I've been watching a lot of reviews of this show as well because I've enjoyed it so much. Now there's some that I've just had to kind of just do not recommend channel because you guys know who you are. Yeah. But I
was shocked when I saw that. By the way, I was shocked because I have thought this show has been amazing this whole time.
Yeah.
So I was like, everyone else likes this show too, right? And I go on, I look at the critic score, and it's like, yeah, all the critics love it. I'm like, okay, cool. And I go look at the people's, I'm like, what? And then I start reading the people's reviews, and I'm like, oh, you're offended by dialogue and complex theory. Like, okay, no big deal. I see it. Enjoy your cartoons. It's fine.
This makes Alien so much broader and like helps it out. Like, I don't know.
And by the way, it still gives us good alien stuff. One of the things that we haven't even brought up is how cool the orange background smoke xenomorph shadow scene is. It only lasts for like 2-3 seconds on screen, and it's like one of the top 3 views we've seen of the xenomorph, and we don't even talk about that.
The way he moves is I always love, even though I watched the channel that said, it's unfair because the alien's tail is OP, and it is. The alien's tail,
and it always has been.
Especially if you watch Alien vs Predator, man, that tail saves its tail all the time. But at the same time, if you have a tail with a spike at the end, you use it too.
The only thing is read Excalibur.
Yeah, the only thing is that like writers be real liberal with how long that tail is, because I'm like, hold on, okay, hold on, how long is this tail? Because like that thing came out of nowhere.
Okay, you got to understand that's filming techniques, and it's like, you're looking at it and it's like, how long is that tail? It's not how long is the tail, it's how long are we supposed to feel that tail is. But now
the way he whips, I mean, because he's like scratching one person, slicing a dude over there, not even looking at him, biting another. I'm like, the alien is that. You're right. If they're not contained within, say, like the first hour, you're talking about a glow that we just gotta leave. I mean, even when you look at Alien versus Avengers, even though I think they should have played out a little differently, even though I like how it ended, because they don't have conventional weapons. You have like Thor is there, bruh. It's a different situation, but they reproduce so fast, and They're hard to kill. They got acid blood.
We need a Green Lantern.
Speed, strength.
Yeah, we need a Green Lantern. Just one big bubble, throw it in the sun, call it a day. Now, I had an interesting moment in this show, in this episode specifically, where right before the brother-sister heart-to-heart, where she stopped surrogate dad. And he was like, what's up with him? And she's like, he's a machine. He's linked into the Wi-Fi. I can control him like I control everything else. I'm like, she's not leaving.
Yeah.
There is no reason to leave that island now.
The only thing is, we've got Yutani on the way.
Who cares? She's got an army of monsters and she controls all the machines.
Well, no, she's got 2 monsters and some flies that will eat her, and a plant that, I don't know, does whatever it wants to do.
Real talk, the fly is the only threat to her in the other sense. Only one. Because plant sloth don't care.
Yeah, the plant can't really eat them.
Yeah, Teoculus is on its own little mission, and honestly, Weyland Yutani is on the way, and that's exactly what Teok needs.
Right.
He needs
the
a way
Xenomorphs aren't going to touch them.
And because she's going to keep the Xenomorphs around them, because because it seems like she's coming to the island with overwhelming force. And even though these kids are strong, they're not
invincible, but they have the right tools.
Yeah. But
they have the right tools and the knowledge on how to use them. Because keep in mind, if she controls the machines, she also controls all of Prodigy's drones and automated firepower. So Weyland Yutani is flying into a siege with monsters and wobots.
With random monsters that, if left unchecked, could be a danger to anyone setting foot on that island. Maybe this is why we don't hear about them in the future. Maybe they just stay on that island forever and just like never leave.
I say nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Yeah.
It's the only way.
I love this. I love where we're at with the conversation, though, because if you were to say what's the perfect way to wrap this show up, like, come on, we saw Kirsh and Morrow get their fight.
Yep.
Which we wanted. We wanted that showdown, but neither of them are off the board. They're just temporarily disabled.
Yeah,
right?
Yes, neither of them are killed.
Yeah, so neither of them are killed. So we still have that storyline to go down, right? Boy Cavalier and Prodigy seem like they're pretty much done, but you never know with the Trillionaire. He could come back some other way, some other form. Okay, fine. He's definitely not getting that island back. We know that much, but he might be able to get some other island.
Now,
because to wipe their minds, he has to get them to lay into that bed, and you might be able to get one, but getting all 5, 6, whatever.
Yeah. He's not getting any of them now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, even if he could, let's say you would have to have like I said, you would have to have an overwhelming force, and he doesn't have that. Now, Yutani's coming, but Yutani does not work for him.
Yep, exactly.
And Yutani's not too pleased for having to come get what was hers in the first place, especially if she finds out that you intentionally sabotaged their ship. That changes everything. Yeah. So this show does end up in an awesome place where we have T.O. Sellis / Arthur back to life.
Right, exactly.
You have Morrow and Kirsh. We don't know where they're going to be when they reconnect.
If Yutani gets into the main base.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing. We don't know if those kids are going to let them in.
Right.
And that again, like, I'm trying to play the scenario out in my head. Yutani's bringing soldiers, they're bringing ships. And if they were smart, they would bring combat droids. But the moment those droids connect with the Wi-Fi on that island,
done.
Then they're gone.
Yeah. Yeah, they're in even worse than gone. They're in Wendy's control or whatever name she wants to be known as.
Yeah. I mean that's the whole thing. That
also them taking their own names was a big thing. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's you. And going through the existential crisis of like, look, we found our graves.
Yeah.
So are we still the people? Are we copies of the people?
Are we new creations totally?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are we gonna go to Japan and talk to another Ghost in the Machine? Or is Scarlett Johansson gonna show up in a white bodysuit instead of a black one?
Boy.
I mean, it definitely went down that level, but it did it for the exact right amount of time, about 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And while we're shouting out names, let me just say, naming the character Yutani the Younger is amazing. Yes. I love that. I was like, that is such a little tiny detail in this show that makes you go, oh, she's not even the queen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's somebody even bigger than her. That was awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Shout out to
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was really good because you can see Prime Yutani just sitting in their office chair thinking, plotting, hopefully with a go board you can have that one for free, Fox.
or maybe already knowing that they were sabotaged by Boy, because maybe they already know. Maybe Morrow told them or gave them some kind of information, because we don't know if he held that to himself or not. But yeah, this show comes together so well. Even the death that we know is going to happen, because we see the plant like kind of like lurking around, so we're like, okay, somebody's dying, right? But that there is that big, because that plant, that it's like an octopus kind of thing that is also a plant, which is like it's just crawling around like these things. They can't be loosed, okay? They can't be loose. Mm-hmm. It's like you see them all moving around in weird ways, and it's slimy and it's nasty in a good way, in a good directorial way. But it's like,
honestly, the plant is the one I'm least concerned about, because I live in a city. So I can easily hit downtown LA and be like, look, there are no trees taller than me. I'm good. However, can't say that about the Xenomorph. Cannot say that about the flies. Oh, the flies. And absolutely, positively cannot say that about Tiak. Tiak can be anywhere.
Because see, the flies kind of, I think Jay, I think you said this, the flies can be, they don't eat organic material, but in this highly, technological society with crazy advancements, they can be an incredible nuisance.
If I can throw something out there,
imagine if you end up having the same amount of flies, as we have in any general location. Like, imagine all the flies that exist in like a county.
No.
Now imagine that many flies, or even half that much of those, and set them loose with all this steel and computers and stuff. So
look, I'm gonna just put out there,
they're not really a danger to humanity, but they are at the same time.
Bro, hornets don't eat people either.
True. True, you're right.
Okay, bees don't eat people.
You're right. Saying as someone who was stung, I think 7 or 8 times this year. Cutting grass and happened upon one of their underground hives, and they did not like me cutting grass around their home, and they let me know that. They let me know that like 2 weeks in a row. Because when I thought I knew, I was like, you know what? The hive's over there, so I'm not going to go over there. Then apparently there's another hive that I didn't know about, of some other ones. And
so their neighbors were like, oh yeah, we heard about you.
Yeah.
And like, hey, you with the weed trimmer. Yeah. So
So, yeah,
you're right. They can be a huge nuisance. But think of what they could do to like all of the equipment or HVA system or generator system around a hospital. So it's like they're not eating humans, but they're like ruining our lives at the same time. Like they're a problem. It's kind of a smaller problem, maybe, but if left unchecked, they could be a problem.
They're metal-eating insects that fly and are the size of possums. No, thank you. No thanks. But yeah, again, I still say Tiak is the scariest one. Primarily because of its intelligence, tenacity, and cunning. It is so cunning.
Like he's smart. She, it. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
I hope it's a he, so it can't reproduce.
Yeah, because man will sit and watch, knows when to give up. That's another thing. Like, because xenomorphs will kind of fight to the death. Like we've seen it in AVP. Like xenomorphs will kind of fight to the death. T.O. Sellers is like, okay, wrong temperature in this room. I got you. No problem. I'll just slide off. Like, okay.
And again, a tiny, fast, agile monster with a pace plan. Yeah, no. Nuke it from orbit. I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Yeah,
like crazy strong,
and
for its size,
and technically doesn't even need like. So yes, it takes over Arthur, right? Probably because let's be honest, the showrunners probably love that actor, and we're like, we can't get rid of him.
Yeah.
So let's bring him back. But at any point in time, can bounce out of Arthur's eye, jump into a bird, and fly anywhere it wants to off that island. It doesn't even need to be taken off the island by Yutani. It can just go to another creature.
And honestly, we don't know if it can take over sea creatures.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
It jumps on a seal.
Yeah.
Or whatever relatively large sea creature would be at a tropical island.
Yep.
Wow.
No.
Yep.
And it's smart enough to come up with that idea.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about it because
it jumps into a shark or a dolphin or something.
And I think it was Alien Resurrection. We saw the xenomorph swim.
Yeah,
that's right.
And
that was creepy.
And the flies can fly, but we don't know the distance.
Right.
True.
Okay. But Tiak, it's like, would it take over a sea creature or would it take over a captain of a ship? Who knows? But it's smart enough to have that conversation with itself.
Exactly.
I want like 40 of them.
Also, I did think it was funny the way when he went up to Arthur, how he just like chucked the eyeball. He was like, get the thing out of here. He was like, don't need this anymore.
You know, it's really insane to think about, because we've all seen the sci-fi where it's like the doppelganger, the changeling, the thing that takes over somebody else's likeness, right?
Yeah.
Well, Teoculus is basically that, but also retains its level of intelligence. So the reason why it is even more interesting to me than those is because it can jump into a whale, beach itself on a barge, take over the captain of that barge, decide that it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, it can play these games, and it's just so fascinating that it's like got the intelligence and it can do those things. It's like, to Solar's point, it's scarier than so many of the monsters that we've ever seen on screen. It just is. It's terrifying.
And if I can add one other thing about Tiak, we find out in this episode that it can use the dead as hosts.
Right.
You know, we only saw it take over living things.
Yeah, at the moment,
that's kind of horrifying, but it can take over dead things too. It doesn't need brain activity of its host.
Yeah.
Which means it finds a dead horse.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Which means it might be able to supply the brain activity, right?
Yeah.
So, it's crazy.
Yeah, so nightmare fuel. This is the stuff that actually keeps me awake at night. Okay, I'm not scared of demons. I'm not scared of ghosts. I'm not even scared of xenomorphs. But Teok, he gets more horrifying. I hope it's a he. If I find out it's female, game over.
We're in trouble now.
Because again, it will be able to reproduce.
Yep.
So there might be 50 of them running around a city.
Yeah, because right now we have a semi-contained situation.
Yeah,
because they're on the island. But now that we've seen how that plant octopus moves, I don't know if can we even call it a plant anymore? The way it was moving around is not plant-like, but there are plants that can move, like even on this planet. So, can that swim? Can that get in the water? Can that leave? It's funny because we're watching a show about Alien, where the xenomorph is like one of the problems.
Yeah. But it's also the problem that, let's face it, we've been coming up with scenarios and stuff like that to survive the aliens and all that stuff pretty much for our entire lives. Because Alien 1 came out when I was like 2. And I'm older than you guys. So, we've had 40 something years to be like, oh man, if a xenomorph pops up, this is what I do. And we've also had at least 3 video games that let us practice that, specifically Colonial Marines and my favorite, Isolation. But these new guys, especially the scariest one, that goes head to head with the xenomorph. It squares up with the xenomorph, even though it's about 500 times smaller.
And just bit xenomorph.
Yeah, and the xenomorph was even like, what? Get off me.
Yeah, like when it jumped on it, even the alien was like, and Jay sent us, I'll see if I can like send out a link, because actually someone did make a crochet plush of T.O. Sellers.
Awesome.
And like,
oh my god, hang on. I can actually
it's awesome. I can
bring it up. Yeah, I can bring it up if you want.
If you're not making a plush of this, like Fox or Disney, or making a plush that can also double as a Scully. Oh my god!
Oh, it's on an Etsy store.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are making mistakes.
Yeah.
You guys are making big mistakes. If you can't make a plushie that doubles as a Scully, oh,
dude, that's perfect.
You just have the eyes around.
I mean, Disney had Baby Yoda, Grogu. Now they've got to come through with Teoculus, man. Come on.
I'm not gonna, like I said,
it's just scary how strong it is. Like, it still scares me how strong it is. Like, when he closed the door, I was like, great. And when he pulled at the door, I was like, I was like, look, man, I can't take it. This guy has to get out of here. We gotta, especially when he went down that hole. I was like, whoa, he's gonna go away.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's way too smart. He's too patient. But who knows how long their lifespan is? He's too patient. He's too smart. He's not emotionally driven, it seems. And he knows when to fold him. Mm-hmm. He doesn't fight to the death. He's not rabid. You know what I'm saying? He goes for it, and if it doesn't work, he's like, okay.
Oh. I can share that picture if you want.
Cool, go ahead. Share the picture so they can see it.
There we go. Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah,
Lord T.O. Sellers.
Hang on a minute. Let me fix that real quick here. Cause that thing. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think. I definitely think that I want one. Yeah, there we go. I mean, look at that guy. Oh.
Who doesn't? Come on. Who doesn't want about 5 or 6 of those?
Yeah, and I think that's 3D printed. So, that would be kind of fun.
Who doesn't want a little T.O. Sellers at their house?
Right?
It's like skittering around the house. And But yeah, well, I know we've been on for a while, guys. I'm gonna throw it to Jay. Final thoughts. Where can they find you?
Final thoughts. What a brilliant season of television. Hulu, Disney, Greenlight season 2. What are we doing? Come on. It's on Metacritic, from the critics ratings, it has a must watch. And we watched it and thought it was phenomenal. Come on, bring it back. I think it's amazing. Yeah, so I was really pleased with it. I thought that I listened to the podcast that's associated with it, and Noah Hawley was like, I mean, I wanted to close things up, but I also want a season 2, so I'm not going to close everything up. But I'm like, yeah, give the man a season 2. This is amazing. So yeah, I loved it. I can't say enough good things about it. Anything that I would say that was negative about it would just be stylistically not what I would choose.
Yeah.
So for example, I'll throw out some negatives just so people have them, even though I don't think it's worth like complaining about. The double exposure film, which is sort of like a super old school technique from like the 60s and 70s is when it was kind of popular.
Oh, kind of like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it works here. I see why they do it. It's not like it's like, oh, that's completely out of place and doesn't work. But it's not my favorite stylistic choice that they could have used, right? But like that's just a preference thing. That's not a skill set thing.
It didn't like break the story.
No, not at all. Not at all. And then the only other thing I would say is on occasion, not every time, on occasion, when the xenomorph is the dude in the costume, sometimes it looks a little bit too much like a dude in a costume. For me personally, but both of those things are like it's not even like if you went to McDonald's and you ordered no onions on your hamburger and you got onions, right? It's not like that. It's just like you go to McDonald's and instead, like, the layout of the sesame seeds on the bun are almost perfect, but not perfect. That's what I'm complaining about. Yeah. That's how good this show is. There's just not enough to complain about in the show. It's awesome. So I loved it, man. I would say everybody should watch it.
Cool. So since you got that down, tell me or tell us when we can see the new movie and where they can find you.
Yeah, you can see the new movie hopefully in October or November. Still in post-production, so I'm not exactly sure when it's going to come out specifically. But October, November, sometime in there. I'm sure I'm going to be doing a bunch of content on the channel, interviewing some of the performers. Because like with No Vacancy, we couldn't watch it. It's like, right, because it's on the festival circuit. So I couldn't invite people on to talk about it and stuff like that. That will probably come out early next year. So I'm going to have back-to-back movies on my YouTube channel. It's just that one of them has been finished for like a year and a half.
Yeah, because we haven't been able to check it out yet.
I know, exactly. So, so that's coming out, like I said, late October, early November. And that'll be on How Stories Work with Jay Shear. That's my main channel. That's where I post stuff over there. It's where we've been posting the trailers too. So yeah, that's when that's coming out.
All right, cool. Solar, final thoughts? Where can they find you?
Okay, final thoughts. I got two things to say. One, this show is really good. Just really good. And, oh, wait, what is this? Yeah, I'm messing up my nose by having to lean in on this. But yeah, this show is really good. I was surprised because, like I said, when we first started covering this show, I haven't cared about the Alien franchise for a long time. And I mean a long time. I think it was Covenant. I think it was Covenant that just bored me, and I liked Prometheus, so what does that say? I think this show is doing something really interesting for me that I'm gonna catch a little heat. Is that okay?
Go ahead.
That I wish Star Wars would do more. Because when we talk about Alien, the first thing that comes to our head is xenomorphs. Okay. And this show is finally delving into corporations, other alien species. Because I've always thought, even after Prometheus, is this it? Is this the only alien life we're getting? Or more to the point, alien fauna that we're getting in this universe. And it's leaning in to the synths a lot more, which is something I've wanted them to do for decades, because every movie has a synth.
Yeah.
And so far, we've seen 2 bad ones, 1 good one, and 4 mediocre ones. You know.
Well, no, we've had you know,
like
2 good ones.
We had Bilbo, we had David, we had Bishop. We kind of had Winona Ryder, but she was mediocre because of the writing. And I love Shane Black as a director, but even he hated working on that movie. And I forgot who the synth was in part 3, but yeah, you see what I mean? It's
who was the synth?
You know,
it was just Bishop again, I think.
No, the original Bishop, the person that Bishop was based on.
No, remember, she talked to Bishop for like 2 seconds when he was.
Oh yeah.
So I think,
okay,
I think it was Bishop again for like a 2-minute scene.
And in Star Wars, you say Star Wars, we think Jedi. Mm-hmm. So we think Jedi when we think Star Wars. We think Xenomorph when it comes to aliens. We might think of colonial marines in the same way that we'll think of, say, the Empire. But only deep warheads are like, no, the universe is so rich, there's all this other stuff. And it's like, outside of difficult media, where can I see that? Like outside of having to read the comic books and read 40 or 50 novels and stuff like that. And I'm sure it's the same for the Alien franchise. And we're finally getting to see on screen the original medium for this franchise. We're getting to see more of the world and more of the dystopia that they've been hinting at for the past 40 years. And I really like that.
To Star Wars' credit, I think the last time we really got that, like, oh, there's something else beside the Jedi, and kind of delving into it, is maybe season 3 of Clone Wars, I think, when they dove into the bounty hunters real heavy. And that's when we got Cad Bane. I think that was like the last time we got something like, there's something else here. Oh,
well,
but
they're kind of
outside of like comic books and stuff.
Yeah, well, they're delving into the bounty hunters, the Mandalorians. We finally, thanks to the Acolyte, we see Force users that aren't Jedi or Sith, like possibly bringing in magic stuff with the Blood Witches and the Acolyte and all that stuff. But they didn't do it as well. No. In my opinion, they didn't do it as holistically, because this show brings in a little bit of every part of the alien world, at least as far as Earth goes. Showing us multiple corporations, showing us multiple alien extraterrestrial fauna, though we're focused on the technology specifically of the synths, the androids, and the cyborgs in this show. It shows us enough of the world to not just make it feel like it's a flushed out 3-dimensional setting, but it gives us enough of the 3-dimensional setting to either not look into it further because we're satisfied, or look into it further because we want to know more. It was masterful. And the second thing I got to say is that FX has been killing it. I don't know what it is, but they're really coming up, because I'm a big fan of The Bear. And just with the shows that FX have been producing, they've just been like, I see them and AMC like boxing it out in an MMA ring to see who can make better TV right now.
FX, they come through.
Yeah, it really does. So yeah, as far as the show goes, I will say I want another season of this show, but I do not want more than 2. I think 3 seasons would be the perfect run for this show. And primarily because I'm really into the kids. I'm really into the island. I want to see where it goes. And now that the kids have the island, I want to see the rise and fall of the island. And I think each the next 2 seasons should be that. And I still haven't come back yet because I'm still working out a lot of financial stuff, but you can still follow me at Back in the Deck on Instagram. That's at BACKINTHEDECK. And follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to post more, but I'm juggling a whole lot, and I'm like, okay, let's see what that stuff is out there. But you guys can always DM me as well. I answer my messages. So, and again, oh yeah, one last thing I forgot about this show. You should like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell here at NERDSoul. Because this dude puts out the amount of content that I want to, and I don't know how he does it. Full-time job, kids, wife, and still posting stuff about Alien with Us, anime.
I actually have an anime show coming up soon. I'll probably that might be
video games
today. Whatever.
You know what? I think there's 3 of you. I think there's 3 of you. So like, I think while you're here with us, there's another one with the. I think you're Dr. Manhattaning this, man. Like serious.
Oh man.
Because I don't know. We get the same 24 hours, but I don't know how you swing it. So
I'm tired. Nah. But all right. So final thoughts from me. Thank you, FX, Hulu, Disney, whatever. Because I was just gonna be happy if we got a show with some good kills, the alien doing something. I would be like, you know what, cool. All right, I got some more alien stuff to watch. You have really, really like added to the lore in an awesome way, and it's weird. On one hand, if you don't do any more, I'll be mad, but I'll be satisfied, sort of, because I'll be able to imagine what happened next. But I do think, say 2 more seasons, wrap up, close out the island, have Wendy go off to be the woman in dark. That's it, guys. If you don't like this show, look, we can't help you, man. It's a good show. You got fights, alien stuff, real good sci-fi, like morality questions. What does it mean to be real? Who is alive? Who isn't alive? What is the soul? All of those questions that great sci-fi asks. Come on, guys. Come on. What are you doing? So, with that said, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. Until the next time that you have to face off against a Teocellus of your own, one-on-one, and still sort of eke out a victory or a stalemate, we're just saying, peace.